Dear students, let's start our class. Today we are going to revise nationalism in India. The First World War, Khilafat and non-cooperation. In India, the growth of modern nationalism is connected to anti-colonial movement. Due to colonialism, many different groups shared bonds together, which were forged by the Congress under Mahatma Gandhi. Dear students, the First World War led to a huge increase in defense expenditure. This was financed by war loans and by increasing taxes. Custom duties were raised and income tax was introduced to raise extra revenue. Prices of items increased during the war years. The prices doubled between 1913 and 1918. The common people were the worst sufferers because of the price rise. Forced recruitment of rural people in the army was another cause of widespread anger amongst people. Crop failures in many parts of India resulted in an acute shortage of foods. Influenza epidemic further aggravated the problem. According to the 1921 census, about 12 to 13 million people died because of famines and epidemic. The idea of Satyagraha. Mahatma Gandhi returned to India in January 1915. His heroic fight for the Indians in South Africa was well known. His novel method of mass agitation, known as Satyagraha, that had yielded good results. The idea of Satyagraha emphasized the power of truth and the need to search for truth. In 1916, Gandhi traveled to Champaran in Bihar to inspire the peasants to struggle against the oppressive plantation system. The method of Satyagraha was based on the idea that if someone is fighting for a true cause, there is no need to use any physical force to fight the oppressor. Gandhiji believed that a Satyagrahi could win a battle through non-violence, that is, without being aggressive or revengeful. You have to remember some early Satyagraha movement organized by Gandhiji in these periods. Peasants' movement in Champaran, Bihar in 1916, Peasants' movement in Kheda district, Gujarat in 1917, Mill Workers' movement in Ahmedabad in 1918. Role attacked. In 1919, Mahatma Gandhi launched a nationwide Satyagraha against the proposed Rowlatt Act. The act gives the government enormous powers to repress political activities and allowed detention of political prisoners without trial for 2 years. The British government decided to clamp down on nationalists by witnessing the outrages of the people. On April 10, police in Amritsar fired on a peaceful procession which provoked widespread attacks on banks, post offices and railway stations. Martial law was imposed and General Dyer took command. On 13 April, the Jallianwala Bagh incident took place. A large crowd gathered in the Jallianwala Bagh where a few people came to protest against the government's new repressive measures, while some came to attend the annual Baisakhi fair. General Dyer blocked all exit points and opened fire on the crowd, killing hundreds. After the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, people became furious and went on strikes, clashes with police, and attacks on government buildings. Mahatma Gandhi had to call off the movement as it was turning into a violent war. Mahatma Gandhi then took up the Khilafat issue by bringing Hindus and Muslims together. The First World War ended with the defeat of Ottoman Turkey in March 1919. A Khilafat committee was formed in Bombay in September 1920. Mahatma Gandhi convinced other leaders of the need to start a non-cooperation movement in support of Khilafat as well as for Swaraj. Dear students, let's recap the portion. We have discussed regarding the effect of the First World War. Then the idea of Satyagraha. Mahatma Gandhi returned to India in January 1915. His heroic fight for the Indians in South Africa was well known. His novel method of mass agitation known as Satyagraha. It emphasized the power of truth and the need of search for truth. Then we have discussed regarding the Rowlatt Act and Jallianwala Bagh massacres. At last, we have discussed regarding the Khilafat movement. Thank you, student. Have a nice day.